I am Ed Hawkes, I am 24 and I come from Luton, Bedfordshire in the UK, which is the world of universe. The Milky Way.
How many years have you been riding?
People always ask me this and I'm not really sure. I think it's about 7. I started when I was 16 or 17 in college and I'm now 24, so yeah, about 7, 8 years, something like that.
Can you tell us, I know you enjoy lots of different styles of riding, can you tell us a little bit about the styles you do and what's your favourite style?
Oh, that's quite a tough question because I ride quite a lot of different things. I'd say my main style is trials. That's what I started off with. I still love it. And that's what I ride most of. But I think that's probably what people know me for. I ride 24-inch street increasingly now. I've always ridden Muni, but I then thought, well, what if I can introduce hop twists and gaps and things like that into Muni, and that sort of progressed over into my street riding as well. And I prefer riding street on the 24, so yeah, I ride a bit of everything, except flat. I can't really do flat. I've given it a go and I just don't have the patience to learn the tricks. But yeah, I'd say trials is definitely my main style, followed by 24-inch street and Muni, downhill. I love riding downhill.
So you say that you're probably well known for your trials, but I think most people do know you for your Muni. I think you underestimate your Muni skills. Recently you were just in France, weren't you? Riding the Alps. You were riding some mountain bike trails. I've been told by a reliable source that a lot of mountain bikers find those trails pretty difficult. Do you want to tell us about how you found the trails?
As I say, yeah, I like riding downhill, and some of those downhills you rode, I've never seen anything like them at all. And the bike, yeah, you're right, the bikes were struggling, but it was tough. It was a challenge, and I think that's what you need when you're riding. It was a challenge to ride, which made it good fun.
What would you say your major influences are within the sport and out with the sport?
From the start, it's been Ryan Atkins all the way. I mean, when I first saw him riding, it just blew me away, and I just thought, oh, I want to be like him. And that's what got me really into trials. Since then, there's been some sort of newer riders coming up. Brian Stevens, I don't know if anyone knows him, a little while ago. I haven't seen anything from him in a long while. On the BC wheel, I rode the Impossible wheel quite a bit. Definitely wanted to be like him on the BC. Muni, Chris Holm, obviously. But since then, I've seen other guys in the UK just ride completely different styles. It's more distance. Rob Northcott, I mean, I rode with him a couple of years ago, and his stamina absolutely blew me away. He took me and Joe Baxter on a ride just before breakfast, and we were almost half dead at the end of it. I can relate to the effort that goes into the other disciplines that I don't ride so much of, and that inspires me.
You kind of started off BMXing, didn't you, before you were riding unicycles? Has that influenced your riding at all, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's influenced my riding in a big way. Obviously, I've always ridden BMX ever since I was sort of 10 or something. So I've been riding, and I still ride, so I've been riding a lot longer on the bike. I think that's half the reason I ride 24-inch street, because I like it to be fast, I like it to be rolling, and I like to keep the flow, which I think I've picked up from the bike. It's the same with my trials. I like to do sort of techie stuff rather than big stuff, just because I've always loved tech riders on the BMXs.
Can you tell me what motivates you to ride, and why do you keep riding? I mean, you've been riding for 8 years now. Why is that?
I think half of it is knowing what I'm doing is so unique. There's not many people doing it. And when people see you riding in the street every day, you're most likely the first person they've seen doing it. And that's quite a nice feeling. Also, you guys, my friends that ride, I mean, when we go to different events and things, it's always nice knowing that I'm going to see my friends as well as other riders. It's not just like going to ride with people, it's going to see my friends. So, and knowing that we're all sort of progressing together, that really motivates me.
You've been demoing with Voodoo Unicycles for about 3 years now, 2-3 years. You've obviously demoed all over the country. Did you have any favourite memories from demos? Do you have any funny stories to tell about demos or times that you've been away with the team?
Well, there was this one time where we went up to Newcastle and stayed with Joe Baxter, and the guys drew a knob on my chest. That was a pretty good time. Nah, it's just the banter. I mean, every demo is unique, and we've always got banter going on behind the scenes.
So a lot of people watching this, they might be not from the UK, so they might not know a lot about UK unicycling. I think UK unicycling is probably not well publicised in other countries. Why do you think that is? Do you think the scene here is dwindling? Do you think it's dying? Do you think it ever took off? And depending on what your answer is, obviously, do you think you have a role to play in improving the scene? Do you have any plans on how to expand unicycling within the UK, how to get more people involved?
Part of the reason why the scene seems fairly small is that a lot of the riders are spread out. There's a lot of riders that just ride by themselves. They're not on the internet, they don't get on the forums, people don't know about them, but they're actually really good riders. I think the UK unicycling is just about to take off. I mean, I think the scene it's been gathering momentum for a while. It's been fairly small up until now, but obviously now you've got they're getting pretty huge. There's a few clubs around the country. You've got us doing demos, trying to raise the profile a bit. I think it's just about to take off, I reckon that's about where we are at the moment in the UK. There's a lot of people interested. I mean, there's a lot of people interested. There's guys back home that I ride bikes with, and a few of them have got unicycles and they're hopping about doing trials. So I think it's more prominent now than it has ever been in the UK, and I think that we've got a lot of new young riders. So I think when they get a little bit older, the scene will take off, definitely.
And finally, have you got any advice for anyone that might be coming up in the sport? Have you got any wise words? Have you got anything to round off the interview with, something you'd like to say?
Be patient. Be patient. If you feel like you can't be bothered, or if it's getting you down, just leave it alone. Just put it down, come back tomorrow. There's no point in getting wound up about something. I mean, there's so many times I've been trying to do something and just getting so stressed about it. Sometimes you need to know when to stop and just chill out a bit. But more than anything else, just have fun. If you're stressing about it, you're not having fun, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I mean, I think we touched on it in your interview. Unicycling is pretty much my life, and there's no point in doing it if it doesn't give you pleasure. So it's more important than anything else. Just enjoy it and have fun.
Agreed. Wise words. Thank you very much, Ed. It's been lovely speaking to you and getting a little bit of an insight into your world.
No problemo, brother.
Cut.